U.S. veterans suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, at almost twice the rate of their civilian counterparts. A recent study reports 13% of veterans suffer from PTSD, as opposed to less than 7% in the general population. Steve Shaw joins us with a story of two Vietnam veterans who are helping get the help they need to fight against mental illness. Steve?
Rich, VA statistics show as many as 30% of veterans of the Vietnam War have struggled with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Darwin Horman enlisted in the Army right out of high school in 1961. He went to Vietnam for the first time 5 years later.
First tour, the country was beautiful. The people are beautiful, in my opinion. Second tour, it was ravaged just like Europe was in World War II.
For that second tour in 1969, Horman flew Chinook helicopters known as the Jolly Green Giants.
The big one, tandem rotors on each end. She's 110 feet long from tip to tip.
Horman was awarded a Bronze Star with an oak leaf cluster, among others, for what he experienced there. Just 18 hours out of combat, though, this is what Horman dealt with at Seattle International Airport when he came home in 1970.
I was in dress uniform when I got off. A young lady come running up to me and spit on me. Not a cool thing to do, someone that close to combat. And
Where'd she get you? Where'd she get you?
in the face.
A Seattle cop grabbed that protester and hauled her away, an experience that still burns inside this 78-year-old proud veteran.
We were not given the opportunity to win the war. We always had a politician somewhere saying, you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to do this. And that's not the way to fight a war.
Darwin would soon marry. He and his wife Jenny would raise a large family.
I met her on a blind date in Baltimore, Maryland during the Cuban crisis. She was going to school at Johns Hopkins.
Smart woman.
Oh, she has or had a PhD in pharmacology chemistry. She taught chemistry at Cameron.
That's where Horman would finish serving his 20 years for Uncle Sam before another 10-year career as a chemist with the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. However, post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, from those tours in Vietnam forced Horman to retire in 1998.
You go ballistic over nothing. You have no control. And somehow Jenny held us together. But she finally said, you've got to get help.
Horman got counseling and acquired his first service dog, named MJ.
Because the service dog saved my marriage. Because if you'll check with a lot of vets that went to Nam, 5 and 7 wives was not uncommon.
Darwin Horman lost his beloved wife, Jenny, to Alzheimer's disease 18 months ago. His service dog, MJ, died this past July. He looked around online for a new service dog, but it was going to cost, he says, $24,000 to $50,000. Then he found Honoring America's Warriors in Oklahoma City.
What we require is that the breed of dog be either a Labrador Retriever, a Golden Retriever, or a German Shepherd dog. And we want those dogs no later than 8 weeks of age.
Honoring America's Warriors CEO Scotty Dethridge says their service dog program will either place a qualified veteran with a dog free of charge, or they will work with a veteran who's dedicated and already has one of those dogs. Since the nonprofit was founded in 2014, Honoring America's Warriors has helped nearly 500 veterans from all over the Sooner State.
Yes, it's expensive, but we're able to fund it.
Dethridge hooked Horman up with this little whippersnapper named Daisy about 6 weeks ago.
It's a tremendous relief.
The difference between what's known as an emotional support dog and a service dog is about 800 hours of training.
That brings us to Jim Holscher and his dog Bella, who Jim's had since she was 6 weeks old. Holscher was drafted out of Fort Cobb High School and went to Vietnam in 1967. Holscher was a sharpshooter and was awarded the Vietnam Service Medal with 3 Bronze Stars, among others.
I was one of the lucky ones.
What kind of stuff did you see?
I really don't want to talk about what I saw or what I did.
Jim and Bella train at Honoring America's Warriors religiously 4 or 5 times a week.
When you've got a dog with you and you start getting antsy or something, just reach over and pet your dog. He said you'll chill right out. As long as she's got food, she's happy. And she's got a food fetish.
Now these veterans have hope, where before it was probably in short supply.
Honoring America's Warriors gets their funding from a large federal grant as well as corporate and private donations.